CSGO pros have not always been the superstars that they are now. Some pros came out of nowhere and transformed into esports athletes, changing how they look, play, and live their entire lives. My name is Braden, and welcome to Valve Guides.
I'm gonna quickly hijack this video to tell you about the new Battle Royale Guides channel where you can catch me uploading Apex Legends content. I'm gonna be giving away $100 worth of Apex coins, so if you're into that, check us out. Otherwise, just sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of your video.
We can all agree that esports is still a new phenomena. There is really no unanimous agreement upon the process to become known or become the best. It's the internet. It's a lot more complicated than that. You don't get raised to be a pro CSGO player like some athletes in more established sports do. There's no Lonzo Ball in CSGO. These are 10 players that in one way or another made it to the top and changed along the way. Most of these stories are ongoing. However, you will see examples of players who went from nothing to being huge to losing a lot of that traction that they used to have. So let's go ahead and get started. Number 10, Smooya. Smooya is the British CSGO player that started off his career in the UK scene, playing for some top UK teams like CEX and Endpoint. However, when he was 17, he was signed as a player for Epsilon, 17 years old. Moving from a UK team to a decently good EU team was a big move for him. However, not as big as him recently being moved from Epsilon and being benched and getting picked up by the tier 1 team Big Clan. He competed at the London Major on his own soil and placed 5th through 8th. Smooya recently stepped down from the big roster, and there have been rumors and speculation that he will be moving overseas to the NA scene. This week, Smooya had some beef with another person on this list in FPL, resulting in him being timed out from the FACEIT hub, and he publicly apologized on Twitter. However, we are not sure what the outcome will be long term for Smooya. Number 9, Som was a pretty unknown streamer until he started to show a lot of skill in FACEIT Pro League. However, he recently changed all that when he started to troll and not take the game seriously. He went from nothing to streaming for complexity, which is a pretty good achievement for anyone. He is very young, being only 16 means that he has a bright CS future ahead of him. He has 117,000 Twitch followers with a total of 3.3 million views and streams pretty actively. Given his age, he is doing extremely well for himself in an aspect of the CSGO community that is more in the process of developing than I think the actual pro scene is, which is why we put him on the list.
Oh, nice one.
Okay, Sam.
Oh my god.
Nice.
What the hell?
Number 8, Zywoo. Zywoo entered the spotlight recently after leaving Against All Authority and being picked up for Vitality. He has shown a lot of skill in the FPL too. On Vitality, he won the DreamHack Open 2018, beating Luminosity 2-0 in the finals. They came second at the European Minor Championship, beating North 2-1, and they also won a minor, the We Play Lock and Load, beating Hellraisers 2-0 and walking away with $25,000. He is still young and a promising player, one that came out of nowhere and made a name for himself. Number 7, Refresh. Refresh recently came into the top CS scene when he moved from Fragsters to Optic. The 19-year-old Danish player was picked up by Optic at the end of 2018, and he has no achievements with them as of yet, but the season has barely started. Refresh wasn't really heard of that much, except for a few appearances from when he played for Tricked eSports. However, he did come out of the shadows into the spotlight with this roster change. Optic clearly wanted to refresh their roster by picking up a young and up-and-coming player. I'm ready to be a dad. Number 6, Swag. Swag's story is a sad one, but not one that is totally over. He went from being a young, promising American CSGO player to being banned from all Valve events. Some of you might not think this one belongs on the list, but I think it's worth adding. Swag used to be regarded as one of the best young talents of America, playing on the iBuyPower roster for almost a year until the throwing for skins scandal happened, and Swag was banned permanently from competing in professional CSGO. He then joined Cloud9 as a streamer and is still to this day no longer at Valve sponsored events, leaving him to transition from most likely becoming one of the best American talents to never being able to play on a tier 1 team ever again. This caused a lot of controversy in the community as he was very young at the time, and Valve ruined his chances of going any further. There are plenty of people that believe that he should be able to join a team now since it's been so long, since he was so young when it happened, but as of now, that's not happening. Number 5, Alex. Alex, the also UK player who now plays for Vitality, was pretty much unknown before he got picked up by LDLC in 2016, where he stayed until he was picked up by his new team. He, like most UK players, was unknown until an EU team picked him up. On his new roster, he has won We Play, Lock and Load, and came second in the Katowice EU Minor Championship. He is from the UK, however, he can speak fluent French, which allowed him to be able to join and play for a good EU team. Assets like being bilingual is pretty much the only way for players from countries with not so great scenes can make it into a higher tier team, so that's pretty cool to see. Number 4, Ropes.
They're down 2 men, despite having the weapon advantage. Good trades back, though. They make up for it. They make up for it in more than one way because Rops finds 3. Beautiful from Rops as he sprays down toward Banana. Body's got 1 in return. Rops is low on HP, but he's too far away to do anything about the defuse. Sticko's got a kit. If it was 10 seconds, you might have given him a shout. 4 kills for Rops.
Ropes was a controversial player a while back, as many FPL players believed that he was cheating. Even though he did everything he could to prove that he was legit, he was told if he didn't join a team and compete, he would be removed from Face It Pro League. So he did just that. Ropes joined Mouse Sports in 2017 at the age of 17 and has been playing with them ever since. With Mouse, he has won the ESL New York Major, and he is still an active member on the roster. And as he is a star player, it doesn't look like he will be dropped anytime soon. He was considered to be the best player in the EU for a while, and he hasn't really let people down since. He is a consistently good aimer, and with more time, he will probably become one of the best players to play the game. Number 3, SirQ. SirQ is a 19-year-old opper from Bulgaria, and he was signed for NRG in 2017 and has been on the roster since then. With NRG, he has won CS Summit 3 and America's Minor Championship, Katowice 2019. He's regarded as one of the top 5 oppers in the world right now and is a strong member of the team.
Oh my goodness. God, okay.
He has made around $120,000 and will likely continue to win more. This is a very good pick for NRG, as he came from Outlaws, who were barely known at the time, and he is now likely going to be on the roster for a while, and there will be a good performance from the team as they compete in events to come. Number 2 is Stewie2K. Stewie2K, before becoming pro, was known as being a pug-style player and not really having much discipline or a place on the CSGO Pro scene. However, it was that playstyle and attitude that led him to join the Cloud9 roster at the start of 2016. Whilst on Cloud9, Stewie won 2 minors and 1 major. Cloud9 won the Boston Major on their own soil and with an all-American team, making history. Stewie isn't only known for his wins, but his quirky quotes and insane clips. He really did emerge from nowhere into being one of the best American players in the game. He now plays for Team Liquid, who recently won the iBuyPower Masters in January, and he will most likely always be remembered in CS history for his unique playstyle and memorable quotes.
What's up, bitch?
The number 1 spot is taken by Tarik, who transformed from a skinny streamer, popularly known by the name No Shirt TV, as most of his streams when he first started he did without a shirt, became much more built over the recent years, and he has also transformed from a relatively small streamer to playing on one of the biggest and best CSGO teams in the world, Cloud9, whilst becoming pretty ripped. Now playing for MIBR, his roster and him have come first at the Zotac Cup Masters. In only a small amount of time, he went from playing ESEA to being a top tier pro. It doesn't get too much more drastic than that. Thank you guys so much for sticking around until the end of the video. Thank you guys for 300,000 subscribers. That's an unbelievable number. That's like almost 1/3 of a million. I'd actually never said that out loud. That's the first time I've said it out loud, and that's crazy. 300,000. I want to do something special for it, but I'm not sure what, because I hate most subscriber specials, I guess. So if there is anything that y'all would like to see, and I mean mainly just the core subscriber base, y'all that are at this part of the video, let me know. I'll go through those comments and see if that's something y'all want. If not, that's totally good. I get that, but thank you guys so much. This year, 2019 already has been an incredibly crazy one and incredibly busy. So I apologize for the time in between uploads, but things are looking up. So thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it. I don't think I express that enough in videos, and the reason I'm expressing it now is because I think really only the people that stick through to this part of the video would really care, and that's okay. That's good. It's been a long time since I started doing this. I'm hoping to change things up to something that you guys will like more, because things are redundant right now, and I apologize for that. I'm gonna work on fixing that. But thank you to everybody. I mean, I remember the people when, like, the third video we made, when we just had like 1,000 subscribers that said "Remember me." I remember that. I have very fond memories all the way back to the beginning of this channel in 2016. Those of you who know what I did before this, who have been around since like 2015, late 2014, it's unbelievable. It's been almost 5 years since then. I guess it's closer to 4, but I don't really have anything else to say. I did not plan on saying any of that, so thank you guys. I don't know what else to say.